What's up guys, Teamsa here. Today we're back again. In this video we're going to be playing some Jarvan in the jungle. So Jarvan's still one of my favorite junglers, and I think Jarvan is super underrated, and I think he's super strong when picked in the right circumstance. And the reason for that is he's pretty much impossible to burst down, plus his early game is pretty solid. And even after his damage starts to fall off in the early game, in the late game he becomes pretty much a super tank. And you just have so much utility for your team with your ultimate and your knock-up from your first and third ability combo. Plus, people really underestimate Jarvan's second ability. Like, a 30% slow and the radius as big as his second ability is pretty crazy. Plus, it gives him a nice little barrier, so there is a lot of reasons why I think Jarvan is good. So now, looking at these lane matchups, I'm keeping an eye on this mid lane especially because Aurelia players are super aggressive. That's one thing you should really know as a jungler. As Aurelia players love going for trades, especially with their third ability plus first ability, as you can see right there. So, thankfully the Veigar lands a good cage. And actually this wave is pushing up and I'm looking for gank. Now, the reason why I'm not committing my third and first ability right away is because I don't know if this Aurelia has flash up or not. And I think it's quite clear by now that they didn't. So the reason why I didn't want a third and first ability right away was because if the Aurelia had flashed, and they would have just flashed away and I wouldn't have been able to land the knockup or anything. But now I'm trying to bait this Fiora. I just stood out of vision and let's see if we're able to bait him out here. And we are. So that was a pretty good bait. But that tells me a lot right now because I know what the Fiora's rotation was. The Fiora has only cleared their red side jungle. So I know that their red side is down and they're probably likely going to rotate to the blue side jungle. So that is something to keep in mind. So now I get the first scuttle and I'm looking to move down to the bot side scuttle where I think Fiora might be at, or they might be on their blue buff. So one thing that you might notice I'm doing is I'm going behind these minions because I don't want any wards to catch me. So now this might catch them off guard. You see the Fiora probably didn't expect me to show up here. So now I'm pinging my teammates if they can rotate or anything, but it looks like our bot lane is pushed pretty far back. So I look for the steal and that was a really good spine secure there. So able to pick up that scuttle, and now I actually am looking for a gank on this bot lane, and the reason for that is that I'm level 5, and I should have gone for this earlier. I realized it a bit late, but I tried to go for this gank, and let's see if I'm able to get him down. And unfortunately, Tryndamere hits level 5 right as I go for the gank, and that's definitely something I should have been more careful of. So I think I still try and commit for it. I do die for that, probably. I'd actually say it's an okay trade because I did trade 1-for-1, I guess. Plus, the Tryndamere misses that entire wave since Jax just shoved that in. So it could have been better, but yeah, at that point I was like, I've already committed so much. I might as well just go for this kill here. So at this point, I already have 3 kills in the match. Got both the scuttles, and now it's looking pretty good. So now I'm farming up my blue side, and notice what I'm doing. I'm keeping an eye on this Aurelia because I know, again, once Aurelia players reach level 5, they play super aggro. But thankfully, this Veigar coming in pretty clutch with the great cage, plus the ultimate to burst him down. So now I see this Kai'Sa up here. Let's see if they have warding on me. Looks like they probably did because he backed off right away. Maybe I can kill him? Nope. Not able to, but I do force out the heal, so now do have to back up. And that would be a mistake, keep on chasing that, because after you use your burst on Jarvan, you really can't do too much. So this Kai'Sa ults onto me, probably not the best choice because I could just flag away. And that is something to keep in mind when you are going up against a Jarvan, is that Jarvan has really good engage and escape with this flag ability, so he can get out of a lot of sticky situations. Make some shortcuts over some walls, over some pits, and completely turn the tables. So now the objectives are spawning up here. I think I'm just looking to take my blue maybe, or I'm just looking to set up warding. So it looks like Fiora is actually on the scuttle right now. So I'm pinging my teammates to rotate, and you can kind of see now I'm backing off. I bait out the Aurelia third ability, and now I look for the engage. So now Aurelia doesn't have their third ability. I don't think they have their ultimate back up. Yep, they do not. So we're able to clean those two up, and that's why it's really key to keep track of enemy abilities and really to put yourself in their shoes, because as an Aurelia, without your third ability, you're so much weaker without your stun. And Tryndamere does show up, but I should be able to secure this. Able to grab that. Tryndamere ultimates, but I don't think I could do anything. So now I landed good ult onto both of these people here. Both the Brandon and the Kai'Sa. They don't have a good way of getting out, and I do get out of there. I do drop my flag back, though. That's something really key to notice, and I'm going to talk about why. Let's see if this really catches me first. That could have been super bad. That was a bit of a risky recall, but if you didn't see there, I was super low. I was one shot, but I still turned back around and I dropped my flag next to my teammates. And the reason for that is that your flag gives allies a lot of extra attack speed. I think once you max it out, it's about like 30% extra attack speed or something like that. So even if you're 1 HP, if you could just throw that flag near your teammates. So for instance, I threw it there near my Jinx. So giving 30% attack speed to a Jinx is huge, and that can definitely help him to win the short trades like that. But now, farming up the jungle. Seeing what is going on in the map. Probably just going to rotate to my blue side. Or look for the gank on the top. I'm actually waiting for my ultimate, I believe, to gank top side. Because my ultimate provides so much value against a Kai'Sa and Brand, because neither of them have dash abilities to really get out of my ultimate. They're going to be forced to burn flash just to get out of that. So you can see that's why I waited. Now I have my ultimate, and now I'm pinging that I'm on my way. I am keeping an eye out for Fiora, though. Gotta watch out for that. So I look for the gank, able to land a knockup, get the ultra on both of them, and I don't really know where my teammates are. This Blitzcrank, I'm looking where the Blitzcrank is. I see Blitzcrank was all the way back there. I have no idea what he was doing, but that's really unfortunate because that definitely would have been a kill if Blitzcrank was there, because Blitzcrank could have just pulled one of them out of my cage and knocked him up, so that would have been a good amount of burst damage, but it's okay. Looks like they used the Herald in mid. Just trying to clear this wave and the Herald. And you can actually smite down the Herald if you want, if you have an extra smite available. It's not the worst decision or anything, but our duo did get a kill on the top side, but I know Fiora is rotating there, so that's why I start to ghost him up here. And try to get onto him. Gotta watch out for the brand splash damage. That's definitely bad of Blitzcrank, and the reason for that is, you look at me and Blitzcrank, both of us have pretty big burst, actually. So, for instance, Blitzcrank can pull and knock somebody up, and then I can flag and dash. But after we both use those abilities, our auto attacks do almost no damage at all, and we can't really kill anybody without our abilities. So you really have to keep that in mind, is we just have to use our burst. Over there, you can see I bait out the Aurelia third ability, and then I look for the engage. And look what happens. They're forced to use their ultimate to engage onto me. Over there, that was actually a really bad miscalculation on my part. The Aurelia definitely did more damage than I expected. Plus, I didn't use my stone plate early enough. So really, I could have lived that if I used my stone plate earlier, but it's okay. It looks like my team was able to clean that up. And hopefully they can get this turret out of here. Out of that. Looks like they got the Fiora too. Ooh, that was a nice pull into the cage. That's a pretty dirty combo, actually. Yeah, we have a lot of annoying crowd control. With me, the Blitzcrank, Jax, Veigar. I would hate going up against this team composition. So now I'm farming up my red buff again. But yeah, as I was saying, pretty much once Aurelia uses their third ability, their only way to reset their first ability is with their ultimate. So you can kind of see that the Aurelia was forced to burn their ultimate on me instead of one of our carries. And if that would have hit like our Jax and our Jinx and our Veigar, that would have been way, way worse than hitting me. So now I see they're all fighting on the top side. So I just push in this mid wave here, get set for the dragon that's about to spawn. That Aurelia is pushing bot side, so I'm like, we should actually just take this dragon. I'm okay with giving up that first tier bottom turret for this dragon, because we should have the numbers advantage here. But yeah, I set up warding. Jarvan has a really good secure, and a lot of people underestimate Jarvan secure, and you might have seen that in the early game with the first scuttle, actually, how I was able to steal it away from Fiora. But your flag and dash does a lot of burst damage. Flag and dash plus your ultimate, or not your ultimate, flag and dash plus your smite can really do a lot. So as you can see there, as I was saying again, you really have to focus on ulting the right targets. So I wouldn't pick Jarvan into certain champs, like for instance, like Tristana or Ezreal. You lose so much value with Jarvan against him because they could just dash out of your ultimate. But as you saw, somebody like Kai'Sa there, they have no way of getting out unless they flash or they like burn their ultimate just to get out of your own ultimate. And that's why it's so valuable for me to ultimate these targets such as like Brand or Kai'Sa in this match. And that's really my main goal. And that's one of the big parts that I think is super important to jungling is being able to focus the right targets. So I think one of the videos I want to do in the future very soon is Shyvana, actually. I don't think Shyvana is as bad as people make it seem. I think Shyvana is actually okay in the right circumstances. Definitely not broken or anything, but still a fun champ to play. So able to pick up that kill there. I'm trying to spread out in case that Aurelia looks to ultimate. That way he can't hit all of us at the same time. So that's why my positioning might look a bit weird. I do go in a bit far, but looks like I'm fine. Let's see if Blitzcrank can land a pull. Maybe he can get something. Looks like it might be on cooldown or something. I don't know, but we did get the tower. So I'm actually just ghosting this carry. That's something you could do as a jungler is if you think a carry is about to get engaged on, you can kind of ghost him in the lane, sort of. And then look for counter gank or to match the attack onto your carry. So now we're just pushing in waves pretty much. I have a lot of gold, or I don't have a lot of gold, but I can get my Sterix, so I should probably reset and get that. Sterix is really solid on Jarvan because that makes it even harder to burst you down. Because then if they do ever get you that low, then your Sterix provides you a pretty good barrier and tenacity. So now they're a bit far, trying to catch up, seeing if I can. Maybe I could save him here. Knock up the Tryndamere, and I just stick onto his Tryndamere and pick up that kill there. But something to keep in mind against a Fiora is Fiora can actually block off your flag and dash combo with their own counter. So that's something that you do have to keep in mind. And I've been doing this a lot of times throughout the match, but I've been trying to bait out that Fiora counter first before I knock him up. It's like, there's the counter, so now if I had my flag up, I could look to engage. But a lot of times, if you're engaging from far away, a Fiora can pretty much predict and see your flag. So they can, a lot of good Fioras will be able to react and to block it off in higher elos. So I just smite that down. As you can see, that was their dash or their counter thing. So now I'm looking to see if I can maybe get a good engage. I see my teammates are on their way. Get a good knock up, and it's just me and the Blitzcrank here. Because see, I kind of use my abilities and then I back off to the side until I get these abilities again. And then I look to re-engage. And that was a huge ultimate and engage there. So now my team is able to clean this up. It looks like I come back in and yep, we're able to pick that up. But something that I haven't mentioned so far this match is on Jarvan, your ultimate is a huge source of burst damage. So if you ever need a last bit of burst damage or you're trying to 1v1 somebody and both of y'all are getting low, use your ultimate just for the damage because it comes in clutch so many times. If you watch some of my other Jarvan videos, I do talk about this quite a decent amount, and you can see it. You can see how it can help you so much if you do watch those. But now looking to get some damage onto this inhib. Looks like we already got the top inhib turret. Now we already got the mid one. So now I'm looking to try and get this third one here. Doesn't look like I'm going to be able to. But yikes, that's definitely not the move. I don't think I could do anything here. Yeah, I realize we really aren't in the position to fight that. So Jax is just out there soloing this dragon here. But on Jarvan, something that I do want to mention, and on tanks in general, is unnecessary damage. And a lot of tanks and support, stuff like that, they're really bad at this, is although you're a support and your job is to tank and to be a tank for your team, taking unnecessary damage is not what you want to do. And that's a huge mistake, and that's one thing that I really emphasized back when I played Vainglory, because I played pretty much all tanks in Vainglory. So that was something that I was really good at, was being able to engage and disengage at the right amount of times and position right to where you don't take damage when you don't need to. Because, let's see, can I 1v1 this Aurelia? I don't think I can, actually. Aurelia is a hard one to 1v1, especially as a Jarvan. You don't really have the 1v1 potential. So yep, there's the stun from Aurelia. Let's see if I could do anything. The ignite. Oh, I could have ultimated there to get that kill. I don't know why I didn't. That was probably a mistake on my part. Oh, wait, actually, no. Oh, I remember. During this match, actually, I think I was in my dorm playing this match. I think people were walking in, and everybody was getting ready to go to lunch, and they were telling me to hurry up. So I think, what do I do? Get my Guardian Angel popped. And yeah, I'm kind of AFK. I think I'm trying to respond to him and tell him, wait a second, let me first finish this match. But end up resetting here pretty low. And for the build on Jarvan, you can just go Black Cleaver, Anti-Sterix Gauge, and Guardian Angel, and then whatever defense you need. So in this match, like Thormill, Frozen Heart is good, and yeah, pretty much at this point, I'm just trying to, I think I'm walking to the cafeteria right now and trying to finish up this game at the same time, because I know it's about to end, because we have 3 inhib turrets. There's pretty much no coming back for that. Very, very few circumstances where that's possible. So now I'm just walking up to my team. The lag is, for some reason, I start to lag. But that's about it for this video, I think. I think we should be able to end soon. If you do enjoy my videos, make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below, as that definitely does support the channel, and that is the best way to do so. And yeah, because I did take a break from uploading and stuff, so I did lose a lot of viewerships and subscribers. So we have lost a lot of size, but it's okay. I am trying to upload more consistently again and try to get more gameplay in. So now, trying to watch out for this Aurelia here. I'm waiting for him to dash onto somebody, see if I can get the knock up. Able to get the Baron now. With Baron plus 3 lanes that are buffed, can probably just push the end. But yeah, really one thing that I really wanted to emphasize with this video was being able to use your abilities right and backing out when you don't have your abilities on cooldown, and really just playing around those cooldowns. Because once your abilities are down on Jarvan, you really can't do that much. So you see, I kind of just chill in the back until I get my abilities back up, and then I re-engage, use my burst, and then back off again until I get them off cooldown. But I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video.